What's up, guys? My name's Noah. I make music as Haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. We are talking about buildups today. The reason why we have buildups in the first place is to create anticipation. If we build the tension and anticipation for the drop, when the drop finally comes, it's satisfying. There's like a payoff there. So what are some ways that we could do that? Well, let's put on the headphones and actually get into a real world example right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take specific elements here and see how we can bridge the gap between the intro right here and the drop. So the first thing we could do is add in some drums that will start to build that tension for us. So let's start with that. I'm gonna start with a tight snare, something like that sounds like this. The reason why I picked that sample is because it's really punchy. It has a nice noisy tail, and it'll be great for filtering in, which is what we're planning on doing right here. So this is easy. This one's easy. All we're gonna do is we're just going to put 16th notes all the way across. We don't want that, right? So what we're gonna do is we are going to filter that in. We're going to give this a little bit of resonance, just a little bit. And what I mean by resonance is we're going to just give it a little bit of a peak there, because that peak is going to give us that sweeping motion, which is going to create anticipation. So and what we're going to do is we're going to slightly pitch this up. So not too crazy, just a little bit. Just pitch bend it a little bit. Now let's do the claps. And we'll go to 8th. And now we're gonna do another one where it's 16th notes. They're gonna be matched up with these. What other things can we do to help build tension? We can start to pull elements from the previous part of the song or introduce elements from the next part of the song. Let's try that. We're gonna do that same thing that we did with the snares here. We're just going to cut out this one part here. We're gonna pull some of those high frequencies out so we can only hear a little bit of it as the buildup's coming in. That's good. I like that. Okay, so let's take this vocal too. Now let's add in a couple more effects elements. We're gonna load in a big sweep, big long sweep. That's what we want. And then I'm going to find a riser. I want a tonal riser. I want a riser that's going to be pitching up slowly, but enough for us to hear that pitch change over time, because that's what's going to build tension as well. Typically, you won't want to have bass in your buildup. When the drop finally happens, we want the full impact of that bass to be there. However, in this section right here, it just sort of drops off and it doesn't feel natural. So listen again. All that low end just drops away. So we need to smooth out that transition a little bit. And that's another part of buildups, is you want the transition to be smooth into the buildup and into the drop. So we're gonna just drop this in here, the Reese bass, and I'm going to use the utility here to automate the volume down. One more thing we could do here is we could add in an impact, which I already had one right here, so we'll just use that one for our purposes. It has a sweep attached to it, so that also lends itself to helping smooth out that transition. So listen to how that applies in context with the song. Okay, so now we have this weird space right here at the end of the buildup. So what do? Well, let's try adding a fill in here. And you guys can make these yourselves too. This is all just for demonstration purposes, obviously. You could go in and actually take this same loop here, this same fill, and add in your own drum samples and make it your own. Remember, guys, there are no new drum patterns under the sun. All of them have been taken and done and in some form or fashion. Let's listen one more time from just before the build into the drop. So that's pretty much the basics of making a build-up. That will apply to pretty much any type of song that you want to make, even if it's not EDM. The principles we talked about in this video could be used on a much smaller scale for a wide variety of genres, even all acoustic stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. Remember, you guys can always ask me any questions. Go down in the comments. I will answer as many questions as possible. I try to reply to every one of them. So I really appreciate you guys watching. It makes me so happy to know that you guys are getting something out of my videos. So we'll see you guys on Tuesday for the quick tip.